We do not want to be thought of as a puppet for another denomination from overseas, that you guys support LGBT rights because you're actually a plant from the US or whatnot. This is what we don't want. We have our own thoughts about this. We are independent. We think for ourselves. This is not a Western influence.
What I would like to hear what the challenges of that this church would face, and also like stories of acceptance, because I imagine that there might be some reluctance from other Christian churches, or not really, or they don't really care.
They ignore us. I think that's the main thing that they've been doing, is ignoring us. They might make references to that church, and they make reference to that so-called pastor, but they do not engage one-on-one. I mean, I wanted to engage, not to argue, not to debate, but hey, let's talk. But no response.
I've heard there is an increasing small group of very loud Christians that do not help.
Loud straight Christians?
Yeah, that do not necessarily support LGBTI cause, and even in legislation-wise. Or
when we talk more about it and when we engage, there are these people who are more reasonable. Of course, there are those crazy fundamentalists who you will never be able to convince. There will always be crazy people. That's a given. You'll never be able to change their minds. I don't think that there's any point in talking to them. But there's a large group of people in the middle who can think, who can examine these questions in a more logical way, and they need to think about it. We are not going into your area in some way. We are trying to get the rights that you always had. We are trying to fight for ourselves, our right not to be bullied, our right to exist, our right to survival, our right to love. If we can agree on that, I think that's good enough. And I think people are able to reach that point. What may be for you might not be for me, and we accept that. I don't like the word tolerance, but we want to be inclusive, to embrace the diversity that's within our society. And diversity is inbuilt. Every society is diverse. To think that we are not is pretend. It's just pretense. The loud, crazy ones, I think they'll alienate everyone else. Yeah, maybe some people are blinded by the charisma, blinded by the rhetoric, and they remain so because it's easy to deal with the boogie monster out there than the demons within. You don't talk about adultery because it's happening right now in your church. You don't talk about divorce because it's happening right now in your church. So you talk about what? Gay marriage. That's one of the easy ways to not deal with shit that you should be dealing with. And so they will implode. The tide is turning. And we are a few steps behind, but if they want to latch on to a faction that is already on the losing side, jolly well go ahead.